So I just wanted to share with you kind of my complete process of how I look at it for local domination. So I don't just believe in doing well locally. I just kind of want to dominate. Like when I ran a business for myself where I was doing computer repair, I had 9 out of the 10 spots on the first page. I had probably 5 times more reviews than anybody else. I had video testimonials, audio testimonials, complete follow up process. And this was 2008, right? So it's quite a bit different. So let me walk you through how this goes. So I basically call it the four mores. I want to get more leads, spending more, closing more, and buying more often. Like if you can do those things, you can 2x, 3x, 5x your business. This is the key to it all. And when you do that, it ends up looking kind of like this. So let me talk through what we do then. So the first thing with more leads is getting your Google business profile. If you're a local business, this is the key to everything. It's free. It's about the only way you can get leads for free from Google these days. Everything else is sponsored. There's so many ads on the first page. It's hard to see anything else. So it's super important that you get in here. And, to get Google business profile just means, you're listing like here. So you were somewhere in this search, right? So that's what we're looking for there. Also looking for more visibility in search. So the more you can show up for things in search, the better off you're going to be. So I want to see you on the maps. I want to see you show up in organic under the maps, that sort of thing. Like I want to see that you're to the next point. You've got well-rounded social posting. So business works a little differently today than it did even 5 years ago. Now, when someone is looking to do business, they're going to do research. They're going to look you up and see if you're a real business. That might mean they'll go look at your reviews. They'll read a couple of reviews. They might see like, hey, do you have a Facebook page? Have you posted on this Facebook page? Do you have reviews there? That sort of thing. A big thing is the follow-up systems, though. This is something that is critical to most businesses. So I was reading a study that basically said 80% of sales require 5 follow-up calls, and most people only do it once. So if you're getting leads in the door and you're not following up with them, you're going to miss out. So we try to automate it all. So if they call me or they leave a contact information, I'm going to follow up multiple times. And that follow-up is not just going to be, hey, are you still interested? We're going to give them more reasons to want to buy. So that's a huge part of this. So for yourself, what you want to do for the Google business profile, make sure everything is absolutely correct. Like if there's even one thing off, Google's going to notice it, and they're just not going to share with you as much. Get as many reviews as you can get. Post on there quite a bit. Link to your post on your Google business profile from Facebook or Twitter or something like that. And then do whatever you can to get follow-up systems. And reach out to me. I can share some things that will help with this. There's a tool that you can just do automated social postings. There's tools from $10 a month to $100 a month, depending on what you're looking for, that will do postings on the Google profile, on Facebook, on Twitter, link them together, all that sort of thing. The follow-up systems, there's a couple follow-up systems that are available. We could do that, but there's systems you can set up yourself, and they run anywhere from $100 to $1,000 a month. But if you pay attention to, 80% of customers need 5 follow-ups, you can see why that's so important. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about spending more. So this starts with getting more leads. So obviously, if you get more leads, then you're okay with turning down less qualified leads. So if I've got 10 people that want me to do business with me in the next week, I'm going to go with the guy that wants to spend $5,000 rather than the guy that wants me to come over there for $200. So that's just the nature of the beast. So get more leads, you can charge more. A big thing you want to do is have reviews. The more reviews you can have on your Google business profile, on Facebook, on Yelp, whatever, the better off you're going to be, because that pre-sells the client. That's kind of my fourth point. So reviews and case studies. We specialize in creating one-page case studies, following them up with press releases so that it becomes logical to want to do business with you, because you're not just Bob's service. Like you've had these case studies where you've shown that you can do it before. And it really matters because people do care. They care about who they do business with. So for yourself, what I would do is, do what you got to do with more leads. If you have to pay for ads, a lot of that comes from here, right? If you get this part done here correctly, then the more leads just kind of comes natural. Reviews, the best thing you can do is just ask for them. We'd like to automate it so that every time we go out for a service, we just automate it and bug them for leads. Another way you can do it is just have them do it right there while you're collecting payment. So if I'm collecting payment, I've just completed a job, let me just ask for a review. Hey, our business depends on clients like you, and really the way you can help me out is to leave a review. Would you mind leaving me a review while I finish up this quote? That sort of thing. Case studies, you need to kind of dive deep into what you're doing with these clients. And even though it kind of might seem ridiculous to go to this depth, but the more you can just do case studies on the things that you've done, the more logical it seems like you're the logical choice on what they should be doing. And then you can pre-sell the clients by having these reviews and case studies. And if you have that follow-up process that we talked up here, you can pre-sell those clients. So, the client calls and they want a quote, and I'm coming out on Thursday. So a couple things I could do is I could send them an email. Hey, we've done a couple jobs like this. Here's some of the case studies. Here's some video testimonials for clients who've done this, who we've done this kind of work for. So you pre-sell those clients so when you walk in the door, they're predisposed to want to do business with you. And this is how you get them to spend more. And going on to the next point, closing more. So it's that pre-selling process, which I was just getting into. You have that pre-selling process where you are automatically talking to the clients and getting them pre-sold on your service before you even walk in the door. And that can start with the things that you do online, that case studies, the reviews, the automated follow-up process. Can you kind of see how it's all simplified, and it's really all the same things. It's case studies, reviews, automated follow-up. I mentioned it here in closing more. I mentioned it here in spending more. And honestly, it plays a vital part in the more leads as well. Okay, so you want to pre-sell, you want to have amazing case studies, video testimonials if you can, reviews on every place you can get them, and follow up. Remember, back to that quote, if you don't follow up with them 5 times, you're going to lose out on a bunch of sales. So just follow up. It doesn't, if you automate it, it costs you pennies. And how many people would you have to follow up to make up for that cost? How many people would you have to close? It's not that many. And the last thing is buying more often. So one of the things that we really like to do is automated customer reactivation. So this is typically what we'll do when we first come in, because it's cheap. It costs you almost nothing. So what you do is you look at your past customer list, and it doesn't even have to be customers. It could have been prospects, and just reach out to them and offer them a deal. So, for instance, one of the lawn care companies that I was working with, I'm recording this in March. People are starting to think about their lawns now. They could just follow up with everybody who contacted them last year that, haven't expressed interest, and say, hey, we're starting a lawn care service in the next couple of weeks. We just want to make sure we get you on the schedule. For people who book early, we'll give you 50% off your first service, something like that. And boom, people will start to sign up. And then what we typically like to do is keep that rolling. So we will do this constantly. So lawn care service, we're going to do it in March, but In April, we're going to follow up on some of the ones that didn't convert. In May, we're going to follow up on the ones that didn't, calls or clients from for. So we just keep that rolling. So we had that constant stream of basically free clients. And that buying more often really comes from that social media content. So if you're constantly getting your message out there, you can get people to buy more often. So that's kind of how we get to that. Let's see if I can find it. That end goal of more leads, spending more, closing more, buying more often. And as you can see from what I'm talking about, it's all conjoined together. Have a good follow-up system, create reviews and case studies, and optimize your visibility so that you can get more people in that door. All right, so let me know if you have any questions. I can point you to some different resources if you want to do it yourself, and I'll probably create some videos around these specific topics based on interest. So if you want to know about, well, how do I get my Google business profile to show up on the maps more often? Well, I can create, quick video that will give you some hints on exactly what we would do. All right. Thanks. Let me know if you have any questions.